Everybody, I hope you're having a fantastic day today. Good morning, depending on where you are. I mean, if you're on the East Coast, then good afternoon. But if you're in the Central Time Zone like myself, good morning. All right, so got a couple of things. I got a couple of videos. I wanted to pull up because they struck me. I saved them. I've been meaning to get on here and do this. Uh, we're gonna touch on a couple of different points, and I'm gonna give my opinion about the matter as well. But hot topics right now, obviously, Kamala Harris, um, vice president now running for president through subversion of democracy. I said it. Sue me. All right. Immigration, and then things that are going on in other places in the world. Uh, it's a lot. It's a lot, man. I just wanted to share a couple things with you. So check this out. All right. I was shocked when I seen this, by the way. I was very shocked when I seen it because, I'm not a fan, but I'm also not against, if that makes any sense. I'm not a fan, but I'm not against. I'm in the middle. Like some of his stuff I really like. Some of it is just too far gone. Like you got to chill, bro. But he makes some very valid points that I want to bring up. So one sec. He does a good job. Let me introduce you all to Dr. Umar. All right. Let me put this banner up too. Here you go. Boom. Let's get it.
Black vote ain't for sale no more. Black vote ain't for sale. We bartering on business. We standing on business. Bring us some tangibles or get out of my face. Ricky Smiley, I love you. But crying on the radio for Kamala Harris, my brother, that's an all-time low. Don't do that again, Ricky Smiley. Don't you get on your radio show and cry for Kamala.
So real quick, let me stop him. For those of you all who don't know what he's talking about, Ricky Smiley, who is a radio host, comedian, he's been in a couple movies. Ricky Smiley, I used to think he is really funny. I'm not gonna say he's not funny. He's a funny dude, but he goes on his radio show and tells everybody to vote for Kamala Harris. He starts whining, and then he says, "What do you say? We can't expect her to do anything just for for Black people." But go and look up what she has done for Black people. If you just Google her name, you'll find that she's done a whole bunch for Black people, which is completely, false as far as I can see. I've tried it. I ain't seen nothing that was. Matter of fact, I found a video of her saying she's not going to do things for Black people specifically, even though she's passed laws. Well, was a part of the Congress that passed laws for Asians, for LGBTQ, for migrants, for all types of stuff. But when it comes to Blacks, no. So let's keep going.
You do that, my brother. If you want to cry for Kabama Harris, if you want to cry for Kabama Harris, you do that in the privacy of your house. But if we're going to be honest, Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley, and I love you both.
Steve Harvey. I don't know if you all seen that clip. I'm going to play it. I'm going to play the Steve Harvey clip for you. But Steve Harvey has got her on the show and sitting across from him, and he tells people, I know I'm going to get slammed already for not asking the hardball questions, but let me tell you something. To play this game, she's got to play the game. She can't just come out and say she's going to do anything for Black people, because you know how this country goes, and that I'm going to let you see it. But this is what he's referencing.
No hate to my big brothers. But if we're going to be honest, Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey, y'all only carried on because y'all got paid to carry on. Can we please be honest? Can we see? I want y'all to understand, overstand, and understand what King Kong is talking about. Y'all carried on because y'all got paid to carry on. Kamala Harris and the Democratic plantation is paying you celebrities, paying you.
So you're asking yourself right now, how does he know this? Well, because Kamala Harris reached out to him, or her campaign reached out to him and offered him $10,000 to say nice things about Kamala Harris. They tried to hire him to do exactly what they're hiring everybody else to do. That's why he's coming on here and speaking the way that he's speaking, because he knows that Steve Harvey, he knows that Ricky Smiley don't believe the things that they're telling the people to believe. They're only saying what they were paid to say. And that's the truth. All right. But I'm going to let him keep going.
To shame Black people into voting. Y'all know we're not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we're not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of the vote, but they being paid. Y'all being bought. They offered me $10K for an interview with Kamala Harris. I don't want your money, but we can definitely do the interview. They offered me $10K for an interview with Kamala Harris. Yes, we can do the interview. Keep your damn money. King Kong consciousness ain't for sale. I'm one of the real ones. Silverback Garvey Gorilla. I'm one of the real ones. Silverback Garvey Gorilla. Don't come to me with no propositions for money. I don't live for no money. I'm not one of these goofy ass rappers whose whole life is nothing but what you can buy and own. You dealing with real African DNA. This is real ancestral energy over here. I'm not no Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey. You don't drop no check off and say, get the Negroes to the plantation on November the 4th. You don't drop no check off and say, get the Negroes to the plantation.
Gotta say, he dropped a lot right there. And I know he leaves a bad taste in your mouth if you listen to him talk long enough on different topics. But overall, you could tell he's got a deep love for Black people. And that's why I do respect, Umar Johnson. He got a deep love for Black people. I feel he could do a little bit better by going about it. But the things that he was just saying in this, I can't find no argument with. I can't find no argument. He's not a Trump supporter per se, but he's definitely against Kamala. And for the right reasons. He's not against her because she's not Black, or he's not against her because she's Indian, or because she's a woman. And he holds women in high esteem. That's another thing about Umar Johnson. He's all about women. So for him to come out and say these things is very harmful to people that follow him and that are thinking about voting for Kamala, because his word carries a lot of weight in the Black community. All right. In some circles, not in all circles, but it was interesting to hear him say all the things. Democratic plantation. We know we ain't gonna get nothing out of that vote. They paying these celebrities to come out and talk good about Kamala. He covered all the things that a conservative voice would. He covered all the things that I would. That I have. So no beef with him right there. I just thought that was fascinating that he actually came out and took a stand and put them on blast for trying to hire him. All right. So I got another clip that I want to play for you all, and it's a really good one. This young girl. She was on the news, and they had a panel going. So I'm just going to let her talk. All right.
20 years old. Why is a 1-bedroom apartment $600, $1,600? Like, oh my God, for 500 square foot.
One at a time, I said. Yeah.
Rent prices is outrageous. And then these jobs, they're bare minimum jobs. Like, I'm supposed to be in customer service. Before I was a server, I was working at like fast food restaurants, and nothing against them, love it, but we need them jobs. But why are you yelling at me over a burger? So it's one of those type of things. It's like the work life, trying to balance out school, trying to balance out finding housing. It's just overhyped. Like, I really waited my whole life to grow up and do this. 20 years old. Why?
That's real. That's real. She said, I waited my whole life to grow up and do this. These young kids coming into the real world now, they don't know what the hell is going on. They trying to come out and make a living. She probably don't went to school. She's working, and she can't afford to do anything. She can't afford to be an adult. Ain't that something? You got kids that are turning into adults that can't afford to be an adult. And it's not because of lack of trying. They're trying. There's kids out there that are working. They working 2 jobs. And it's hard to live. It's hard to get out and pay bills. It's hard. You got to pay student loans. You got all these other things that you got to deal with. And it's not the same as when, the older generation was kids. But back in the day, you could get your college degree and you could start working and paying off your student loans and still have a little money to mess with. Now you can't. You're literally working just to be poor at this point in time, literally. And it's not the same era. We're not in the same kind of America that even when I was 18 coming into, when I was 18, I was able to go and get a job. I worked for the union. I worked for Heat and Frost Insulators. And when I worked for Heat and Frost Insulators, I started off at like $23 an hour, which was big money. That was big money. And I was able to make it. I was able to pay all, because I went to college for a little bit to pay my student loans. And I was able to pay my bills. And yeah, you had your rough times, but that was because of my poor mismanagement of money. If I would have had the financial literacy that I have today, I would have been really good. But today it's not like that. You can't come out of college or you can't come out of high school and go and get a job. You can't do it. You can't do it and just survive and live a good life. Like, you can live a life, but you're not going to get the things that you want. You're not going to be able to go out and take a vacation. You're not going to be able to go and do the things that you should be able to do living in America. Whereas you got people coming across the border right now, ain't never went to college. They probably got a background, some of them, and I'm not going to say all of them. There's some people that are coming over here that are just they need help, you know. But people are coming over here and taking advantage of everything that we should be able to take advantage of. And it's not just the take advantage of, but they're getting it given to them without even having to ask. They're not even having to ask. All right. That's the problem. You got this young girl. She can't even afford to live while you're watching other people parade in the streets and living their best life. They get food stamps. They get cash assistance. They get a place to stay. They get a free ride. They get whatever it is that they need for them and theirs. But if you're an American and you've been working over here and you've been going to school and you've been doing it right, you get nothing. You get nothing but a keep on trying. Just keep on going. It'll get better. It gets greater later. Why can't it be great for me right now? If I've done everything the right way, I'm not out here committing no crimes. I went to school. I go to work. How come I can't be given the same thing that these other people are given? Not that we're asking for a handout. But if you literally can do this for all these people who aren't from here, why can't you give Americans a hand up? Make it make sense to me. If inflation at an all-time high, inflation is crazy right now, yet you have the finances to give to foreign nations for their wars and also fund the people that they're sending over here to our country to live a great American life. Yet we can't. You can't help us. You can't give us nothing. You can't. I mean, I don't understand it. Make it make sense to me. That's the problem that people are seeing right now. And a lot more people are waking up to this, especially that generation, that Gen Z. Gen Z, they waking up. I know you see the little social media influencers that are young and they're coming out and vote Kamala, but they're getting picked apart. They're getting picked apart. They don't have the understanding, is all they're looking for right now is that money. Everybody is broke right now. It is rough out here. It's rough out here. And they're going to these little social media influencers that are Gen Zers and they're saying, look, we'll give you 10,000, we'll give you 20,000 if you just start talking politics. Start talking about Kamala Harris and how great she is and why you're voting for her and how Orange Man is bad. That's what you're seeing right now. It's not because they truly believe it. What 20-year-olds do you really know that are social media influencers that really are educated politically? Their prefrontal lobe isn't even all the way formed yet to be, making correct decisions. They're doing it for the cash, man. They're doing it for the money. That's a fact. All right. And then you get the honest ones like this that are every day working, trying to make it. And you see it's a very, very different kind of conversation that's being had. All right. So we got some more. Hold on. I got another one for you. Where is he? This right here. I want you all to listen to this right here. Here we go. My man, Dr. Phil.
On me that DHS has acknowledged that Venezuela, for example, is emptying their prisons and their rehabilitation centers with the understanding you get out if you leave here and go to the United States.
Yes.
And DHS has in writing said, we know that's happening. We know they're coming here. We're processing them in and have no idea where they are.
Correct.
Crazy. That is crazy. All right. Not just that. Hold on. I got something to piggyback off of that. Check this out. Where is it? Colorado. Have you all seen what's going on in Colorado? Where is it? Where is it? Man, I've been at it, you guys. I've been saving all types of videos just to show you guys this stuff, man. Piecing it together. This is down a little bit. Here we go. Colorado. Oh, no. Before we get to the Colorado, this one. Check this out. Listen to this. Listen to this.
It's also interesting too, because I follow her. I follow you, and I saw not just this fight, but what you've been saying about the migrants.
Yeah, the migrants, they spent I know Dr. Umar was here and he was saying that they spent over 400 million. No, they spent 2.2 billion, and I have it, like, I got all of it.
And I was saying all of this back in January because of activists like Zoe, but also because of who we talk to here in New York, what we see in New York going on. And when I'm bringing up these issues, people say it was MAGA messaging. It's not MAGA messaging.
No.
They called my man Charlemagne the God, which I really don't like him at all. I ain't even gonna sit here and hold you up, man. God bless the brother, wish all the best for him, but I don't like his content at all. I don't like a lot of what he says. But right here, they're trying to say that his calling out the problem with immigration is MAGA messaging, and he is the furthest away from MAGA that you will ever find. But let's keep going.
Black people in the streets.
No, we are at a, like, honestly, like all jokes aside, we are at a race of emergency when it comes to Black America, whatever you call yourself. We give our vote, and I'm not saying vote for whoever you want to vote, but we continue to vote blue, and we do not get anything. We just watched George Floyd, right, get killed in front of us. We just watched Sonia Massey, that's in Illinois, just get killed in front of us, and we still do not have a hate crime bill. So
that part right there made a lot of sense to me. I mean, think about this, everybody. Think about this. They made Asian hate crime bills because people were, I guess, beating up Asian people in the streets. Not a lot of instances, but it happened. They have the LGBTQ hate crime bill. They have the immigration protection. They have all types of different bills passed for specific people, yet not one piece of legislation for Blacks. So this is what Black people are waking up to, and they're finding out that it's always the Democrats. It's not the Republicans. And I gotta say it. You know, I don't like either party, Democrat or Republican. I'm just a straightforward Trump supporter. All right. But if we're gonna be honest and look through history, the Democrats have always done this right here, make all the promises to the Black community and deliver nothing. Deliver little to nothing. All right. They got no legislation for a hate crime bill again for Blacks. It's not there. They don't come on and try to do anything when it comes, but guess who always has historically? The Republicans. The Republicans were the abolitionists. The Republicans were the ones that was helping out the Black community back in the day when the Democrats was doing the atrocities that they was doing. We ain't gonna call them all out. We know what they are. Tulsa, Oklahoma. All of those brothers that was over there and them sisters over there that built that, guess what they was? Republicans. And guess who came up and did what they did to their city? Democrats. Look it up. Don't take my word for it. This is the truth. And I'm not trying to cause no political division. I'm just calling out the party, not the people. I'm calling out the party for the historical crimes that they have committed and the historical lies that they have told. People are waking up. Let's keep listening.
So how many times do we have to get killed to get some type of legislation? But we continue to vote blue. And if we don't vote, it's turned to a cult. I'm 38 years old, right? And I have common sense. And I think this is the election of common sense. Okay. We just watch, I'm watching I'm going to these meetings, right? Finance meeting is very important. The budget meeting is very important. Housing and real estate is very important in your local states. You're watching all this money being passed for housing, for resources. They're using our statistics. Like, we're the highest in everything. We even get hit by bicycles. Like, how the fuck? Bicycles? Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're for everything, right? So you get this money, and then none of it goes to our community. Where's the money at? Where's the audits? Where's IRS criminal division? Like, there was in 1984 in Chicago, there was something called Operation Greylord. Operation Greylord is when they went and they picked up judges, they picked up police officers, lawyers, all that for all the corruption, right? And it needs to be another Operation Greylord, but this time with the city. But the IRS was involved, the feds was involved, because IRS criminal division needs to be involved because there's too many people sleeping on the street. migrants as well for you to have $2.2 billion. You're spending $700,000 a month. I mean, $700,000 a day on shelters. Where is this money at? You're dumping these undocumented immigrants in our communities that are already under-resourced. You're pushing us out. There's been mass illegal evictions, right? And they're not even putting that online. They're not even putting that on the news because they get more money with the illegals. All this money. $2.2 billion, $700,000 a day on migrant shelters, but we're supposed to continue to vote the way that we vote? No, what are you going to give us? We need legislation. We need a hate crime bill today. People keep talking about, oh, Trump wants to give immunity to police. Police already have immunity. Facts. I have a black agenda. And my thing is it's supposed to be 12% of America is black, right? We need 12% of jobs. We need 12% of contracts. If neither one of these parties can give us 12%, what are we voting for? Because people say, oh, our ancestors died for this. Our ancestors looking at us like, bitch, what are y'all doing? I know for sure Dick Gregory is not like, yeah, just continue to vote because you just want to vote. Yeah, just continue to. No. Like, what the fuck is you going to give us? We are the Bank of America. We are the culture of America. We are America. The Democratic agenda is the LGBTQ agenda, and I'm part of it. But that's a white agenda. It's abortions as well and immigration. The Republicans is these extreme, crazy Christian reviews when it comes to women's rights. And my thing is women's rights should be off the table. There's no way in the world that they should be arguing back and forth. And that's our fault. And we continue to allow little things like how we let Bruce Jenner, what's his name, Caitlyn Jenner, be Woman of the Year. What the fuck was wrong with us? Pretty soon, the Democratic Party, men ain't gonna have no voice. Y'all can't say shit. If y'all say anything, here come a rape charge. Here come a everything. Like groupies been out here. Hoes been out here, and they're gonna continue side bitches for life. They're never going nowhere.
She just hit on everything. Everything. And I can't find nothing that I disagree with. I feel like that's a fair argument. That is a very fair argument. You see all this money being spent on people not from here. You see legislation going through about people not from here. But the people that have been here. No help. It's really not even just no help, but a big old middle finger. You know what I'm saying? Just a big old middle finger. Now, she brought up a lot of great points, right? I wanted to show you all Tim Walz, Minnesota. Let's see if I got it saved on here. I don't know if you all seen the clip of what Tim Walz had done in Minnesota. I don't think I got it. Man, I wish I had it. The man had people going door to door, running through the streets. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. I gotta show y'all this. This is insane. Minnesota. He was shooting people with paintball guns. Let me see if we got it. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Here, check this out. Check this out, y'all.
And if you pay attention, you'll hear the police say, get in the house. You'll hear several commands, and then you'll hear light them up. And then that's when you get the fire. We'll play it again.
You know, this is...
Get in your house now! Let's go! Light them up! Go inside now! Get in the house!
Get in.
And if you pay attention, you'll hear the police say, get in the house. You'll hear several commands, and then you'll hear light them up. And then that's when you get the fire. We'll play it again.
You know, this is...
Get in your house now! Let's go! Light them up! Go inside now! Get in the house!
Get in.
say, and if you pay attention, you'll hear the police say.
That's Tim Waltz. That's Tim Waltz, the person running for vice president. He had them going through Minnesota streets. That's crazy. Lighting people up with paintball guns if they didn't go in the house. That's martial law, except with paintball guns. He was that radical that the CDC, I guess, had that man scared. All right, about COVID. And boom, he's sending people in the house through with paintball gun force. Tribe is, what's up, my bro? I can barely hear you.
Oh shit! Hold on.
There you go.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Man, what's the word, brother?
Bro, I was just going on here sharing some of this stuff that I found, man, about this whole how much money they give to immigration for the people to be here every day, on top of all the different bills that and legislation that they pass through to protect everybody else but black people. And then seeing how Dr. Umar Johnson came out and basically called out Kamala Harris and called out the people that's out there supporting her on the radio, like Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey, and called him out because she tried to give him $10,000 to do an interview and be nice.
Man, you doing your job, right? Like us as a people, because we know how scam and this is a scam thing with Dr. Umar, Mr. Jermaine Shoemaker. He's definitely a scammer of his own time, but basically the truth is giving them no choice, brother. Mm-hmm. The truth is giving them no choice but to side because it's obvious. So he don't want to lose his little card he got, doing what he's doing. And that's what I've been basically what you're covering right now is basically what I've been talking about. And I'm actually in one of the neighborhoods. I just don't understand, being from Chicago, being in these neighborhoods, how quickly we forget the conditions that we've been in for so long. We quickly forget all the scamming that the Democrats have done to us. We quickly forget all these abandoned houses, all of this gang violence, all of the shit that has been perpetuated over the time before this election. You know what I'm saying? Not only just this election, just we forget. And it's crazy, being in these communities where they just suck it out funding, and we got shit like this that's been like this for so long, right? And they've been coming down in these communities. They've been coming down here. I'm down here on 55th. Billions of dollars went into, we got 347 million. Then they turned around and asked for 80 more million. And they put our women in the fucking projects. When it comes to helping them, they stay in the O blocks and they stay in the tore down shit that's a continuous cycle of just bullshit. And they'll come and fix these type of places up for immigrants to stay in. And they make a way for these people. And they have done nothing for us. And like I say, man, nobody's living down here. Like the people that actually want to see Kamala Harris goes into office, they don't live down here. They don't live in the drug infested, homeless areas. They not the hood. They're another type of people. Because there's no way you could be living like this and just don't see a fucking problem. You understand what I'm saying? It's no way people come out here and sit in garbage. Come out here and use drugs behind buildings. And you got $347 million that was asked for by the mayor could have went into fixing these houses up and making people back homeowners. It could have been going anywhere to any program to help the homeless, to help the people. The funding that's even put out for that, because they collected, if only people knew the funding, they collected millions of dollars in that too as well. Homelessness funding, jail reform funding, and there's no funding going into our pockets or helping us at all. All these halfway houses, see the guy over here walking in the alley, all these halfway houses, they're around here. So this jail reform funding. So when you go into looking up how much did the Democrats collect in Chicago for jail reform funding, You like, damn, they collected $57 million for the last or more for the last 2 to 3 years straight. Where is that money going? They cannot be going into the broke up halfway houses and all of these little petty ass programs that they have. They not going into that. It's going into their pockets, man. The Democrats have been doing this for the longest. You got a brother right here. What's up, brother? Hey, you from this neighborhood?
Yeah.
How many halfway houses around here?
Shit, the one I went to was in Humboldt Park.
No, I'm talking about around here. You don't know about the ones around here?
It's Interfaith and Trilogy, one on Halsted and one on Ash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, ask the brother how he feel about all the migrants over there, man.
Hey, how you feel about all these migrants in here, though?
Shit, I pay $30 a month because they don't consider Social Security an income. So
Damn.
I got my own place. I pay $30 a month. I mean, the immigrants, you know, they get jobs, but they don't consider that.
They ain't giving them jobs. They ain't giving us shit, huh?
Hell yeah.
That's crazy, man. Be smooth, man.
All right, thanks.
That's one of the brothers, like on the like they get. So now you see us. He say he's on SSI, right? Now that means he get a Social Security check for being, you know what I'm saying? And this is a known drug area right here that I'm in. This is the MC to Mickey Caldwell's. It was a profitable neighborhood back in the day, ran by blacks. There's a bunch of halfway houses, Venezuelans being pushed in the community. But he's telling you, I get Social Security. I get Social Security, meaning he got a mental problem. He got a mental problem. And in his mental problem, doing his mental problem, he's constantly in and out of jail. They throw him in and out of jail. What's up, my boy? Headed downtown, my nigga. Man, what's been going on down there with them damn Venezuelans?
Oh shit, they good.
Y'all ain't been popping off with them?
Oh no, they with us.
And they been tripping. Hell no, they ain't. Them motherfuckers ain't like me. They here, but they ain't like me. Shit. You say they been doing what?
They really trying to take over some shit. Boy, why they here? That's what one of the Venezuelans told. They trying to get a block. They want some blocks. They want like to take over some shit. Like, well, not take over.
Yeah, they
like,
want their own game blocks.
Part of, yeah.
No, you said they getting their guns up and shit.
Said they rob. I saw the pipe one.
Yeah.
With a revolver.
Yeah.
$600. Here I come, man.
We can walk, G, because I'm going that way anyway.
Dusty ass. That's how thirsty he was.
Getting guns, getting all that shit up.
They just stabbed the motherfucker down there.
They stabbed the motherfucker where?
I'm Mexican. Down where they be at
downtown? Yeah, on Van Buren. It's fucked up down there.
Yeah, you know the building right there. That's the concentration camp. They live right there.
That's crazy. Yeah, I've been up there. You know, they've been up this way tripping, buying up all the guns. They buying up all the guns. They on King Drive buying up all the guns on my kids. They been, man, you got to be careful with them motherfuckers, though, because they definitely ain't us. Definitely want some of these blocks.
They said they stealing and robbing and doing that now till they get on. But they say they're not going to be doing that for long.
They say they're not going to be doing that for long, huh?
That's how all of them feel, bro.
Yeah. Be careful down there, brother. You headed downtown right now? You know it. He say shit. They say he talking about they with us. No, they ain't with us. But he say they trying to get guns and drugs right now. They buying up all the guns and drugs, like I told you last time.
Yeah.
They buying up all the guns. Like no matter what the price is for them, they're using our funding to buy all the guns. And they telling, you know, the hood.
I heard him. He said 2 revolvers, $600.
He say he say Rusty is here. He say they telling the hood basically we want our own block. We want our own block. They want to operate as a gang. They want their own block in their own area. And he said they just stabbed one of the Mexicans down there. So this is war, all out street war, waiting to happen. Like I keep telling you. He say they cool, but they not knowing like I know that cool shit is just played for so long. Come on, man.
Yeah.
We come from the streets. We just cool with your ass.
They gonna make a move real soon.
We need y'all. We need y'all so we can buy the guns. We need y'all so we keep the drugs in. But the point is we ain't gonna need y'all no more. You understand what I'm saying? That's when it's gonna become a situation that can't be stopped. And I keep telling you, motherfuckers, it's dangerous. It's so dangerous. What's up, bro?
Yeah, this is insane.
Venezuela? What's up? You Mexican? You Mexican?
Oh man, I don't know what just happened. I hope he's good. That's Chicago right there though. He's in the hood in Chicago. Hold on.
Mexican?
Yeah.
You speak good English. How long you been up here?
1 year and 3 months.
You been in Chicago 1 year and 3 months? You come from Venezuela a long time ago. Before they started bringing them up?
¿Cuánto tiempo fue? 3 months?
3 months.
Yeah, 3 months.
In Chicago?
Me in Chicago 1 year and 3 months.
1 year, 3 months.
Yeah.
And Venezuela?
In Venezuela?
That's where you coming?
Yeah.
How you like it here?
Yeah, I like it.
That's what's up, man. Be smooth. Y'all be cool, man. Be careful out here. He said he been here for 1 year and 3 months, 2 Venezuelans walking down the street. As I'm telling you, this is what Trump talking about as when he say they're going to get black jobs. They're going to get black communities. They're getting black funding right now. They're in our fucking community. They live around here. And he speak good English. He say, shit, I've been up here 1 month and 1 year and 3 months. He's living around this motherfucker. He doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? He can speak a little English. So they talking to each other. The communication barrier will be broken soon. They know what's going on, bro. And I make this clear too. They are allies to Russia. They are allies to Russia and China. This is their allies.
Yeah.
Out here in the streets talking about we ban up all the guns in the communities. That shit don't make sense, brother. That shit hard. It's hard to even deal with. You know what I'm saying? Just knowing that this shit is on the brinks like this. You know, and I'm just walking down the hood. As you see, I'm over here by Inglewood. I'm over here on 55th right here by the Wendy's and the Subway and shit, you know, the MC neighborhood. I'm walking through what was a long time ago, a profitable neighborhood. But during the Democrats' reign of terror, they tear it all down, they hold it, and then they start selling it off to foreigners. They make sure we don't get it. They make sure we can't recover.
It's funny you say that. So check this video out, man. I'm about to pull up right now.
Yeah.
Listen to this. Listen to what happened with this woman, man.
To go out to our vice president who's running for president. I have heard all over social media about, excuse me if I say anything wrong, immigrants getting loans, money. It was hard for me to believe. It was just extremely hard for me to believe. I've been in business such a long time. Back in 2019, I purchased my first food truck. It cost me over $25,000. I paid it cash money. I worked hard to pay for this truck. I'm now selling it because I'm doing other things, but I'm selling it. I had a guy come to look at purchasing my vehicle or my food truck. And he explained to me he's an illegal immigrant. He has no credit. He has no money in the bank. But he showed me his paperwork that he will receive funds to purchase my food truck. I'm thankful that he's buying it, but I'm hurt that I worked so hard to pay cash for my food truck. I have good credit, can't even get a business loan because of the color of my skin. I have veterans in my family. I'm a veteran. I've been self-employed for so long. But somebody, please tell me, how do I work so hard to have somebody who comes to this country, not long, no credit, and he shows me paperwork where they'll be funding him money to buy my food truck. And when I talked to the bank, they told me usually they have to go straight to a dealership because I'm a private sale. But for special circumstances, they're going to, they allow it. But I need my president to tell me why I worked so hard all these years, all these decades, Couldn't get a business loan, but I bust my ass to get the money to create my business. And we got immigrants coming here. And they're getting money. Money! We're doing nothing but just being here. It's not right, and I want answers.
You got to unmute your mic, Tribe. But man, that's heartbreaking, bro. That is heartbreaking.
As a man, brother, I like, man, without all the crime, because you know I understand that women are a little more sensitive. But can I be honest with you? I'm a subcontractor for the telecommunication world, as you know. That is like Comcast, Cox, Special. In our schools, you know, they didn't train us in the black schools, in the black community. You know, the 1619 project was one of the worst that the Democrats wrote up because it's a lot of shucking and jiving in our schools. So we didn't get the chance to learn economics about the bank systems. And you know, it was always like, force them to go to college.
They don't teach no financial literacy in our schools.
No, hell no. So I've learned in the projects when I was with my father. You know, my father was a drug user. And he used to steal the cable, you know, back in the day when he used to climb the pole, steal the cable. And I was taught that, you know, because he was too big to get up the pole. So he would send me up there to change the lines. So from that, you know, I was able to get picked up by subcontractors when I was like 19, right? And I was wondering, you know, I didn't know anything about LLCs or nothing. It was all self-taught to me over time. You know, I had spent 20 years doing this as a subcontractor. Today is 20 years. 20 years. I'm 39 years old. This is 20 years, brother, that I done spent doing subcontracting. And I've always been good with it. You know, for Comcast, I've been around places in America, for Spectrum, for Cox. Brother, I had my own business when Trump was in office. You can look it up. It's called Tri-Biz Telecommunications, Tri-Biz Cabling and Communications. I had my own business. I started it. Trump was in office. I didn't get no funding, but it was very easy to start when he was in office. It's like, damn, I got it. The work is there. So the work is there. We good. The government is giving money to Comcast and all these people for these essential needs. So the government is paying for us to keep the cable on, keep everybody running. So, you know, it's like, man, I started this and I was able to train brothers to do it. So I was going to the neighborhood, saving the guys from the neighborhood. If you ain't got no felony, come on and work. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's go do it. I'm going to show you how to do this. Take them out of Amazon. Take them out of Wendy's. They don't know where they going, you know, after high school. A lot of motherfuckers don't want to go to college and be in debt. A lot of motherfuckers just ain't suited for college, especially in the colored neighborhood, because they ain't getting us prepared for that for real. A lot of people push it to the limit when they go to college. You know what I'm saying? So in saying that, I had a company. I had like 5 or 6 workers. You know what I'm saying? And shit, like right after a year after this guy got in, it was the year after, 2 years after, bro, they did some type of shit where the government started giving money to migrants, and they all around here on them scooters. The government started giving money to migrants, so they took the money away that they was giving to the cable industry. So, you know, the people that climb the towers, the people that keep the telecommunications up, they took the money away and gave it to the goddamn to the goddamn migrants. So now my business goes down. Man, wait. My business goes down. So in saying that, like, as far as the business goes down. They bring Ukrainians in. They bring maybe 5,000 of them in Chicago. They split them up, sent them over to different warehouses. And they came in as workers, but they were working for their own sub company under the super sub. I had my own business. Now they was able to, as the work got slow because they took the money away, and we always get slow around the winter. They took the money away from basically that they didn't need, but they kept them rolling. Like the Ukrainians, they all separated, and now they got their different companies all around America right now running the subcontractor industry. And ours was sucked dry. We didn't get funding during the time that we went slow. They was getting funding because the funding was going to the immigrants. So they got funding to buy trucks, keep their guys paid, keep up with everything. I wasn't getting funding. My company is fucking gone, bro. It's just the LLC right now. You know, I'm hoping that things could turn around and Trump get in office, but the company's gone. And I can call you right now. I can get on the phone with Alex, you know, Oleg and all these Ukrainians, and they fucking shit doing great. They got their own people over here working, and they redlining. They own. Oh, we don't want y'all help. They're getting rid of the blacks and the Mexicans out of the industry, and it's all hush. And they're around here at all the different cable companies. They're in Phoenix now, Phoenix, Arizona. They just started really going out there. They used to run from the heat. They didn't like the heat, so they didn't go down south, none of the Ukrainians. But they everywhere. And I don't mean to seem racist or biased, but you know, when I
it ain't racist, bro. You're an American, and you see people that's not Americans taking advantage of the things that you should be able to take advantage of. That's not being racist, bro. You should be honestly, you should be upset. You know what I'm saying? Because you have been told your whole life that you could take part in this American dream, and you believed it for a while, even growing up in harder circumstances. You know what I'm saying? In the places where we grow up at, right? And then you rise up and you do everything the right way, and you still in the hood, but you still trying to make it. You start yourself a business. You got people you employed, and everything's going good. And then now the rug is pulled from underneath your feet, just like how that woman just said. You know, she couldn't keep her food truck. She had to sell her food truck, and she had to sell it to someone who's not even from here. And it's the government essentially giving them the money to pay for it. So it's the exact same situation. You should be upset about it, bro.
Yeah,
and this is why it's important to get on here and talk about all these things, because you know, they got people out here brainwashed thinking that this is a good thing that Kamala Harris is running for office, not realizing what comes with that, not realizing that it's going to be a whole lot more American job losses to where you could get a job, but it's not going to be a job to make you, be able to get ends meet. They're going to be giving away the funding for you to start your business to these other people that aren't from here to start their business, on top of the tax breaks that they're going to get because they're a foreigner. People don't even understand that. You get tax breaks.
Like, what's crazy is right through that whole situation, we were slow. We were considered being slow. You know, it was slow season. So it's hard to keep up doing that time with your own business anyway. During the time we slow, they took money and gave to immigrants. And a lot of people think that money goes to Venezuela, just Venezuela. Venezuelans are not the only fucking immigrants here in Chicago. I always tell people, why don't you see Chinese people at the Home Depots? Why don't you see Ukrainians at the Home Depots begging for money? They gave them billions of dollars before they touched down. Like, they started businesses. They gave them licenses to drive trucks. They gave them areas already. They gave the Venezuelans basically the shit that they didn't want. Like, we're going to give y'all the hood. The Venezuelans it's like they're taking the smaller jobs. They're taking the little money that we would run to when the big money's gone. And it's like the Ukrainians, the Chinese, all of these people that you don't see at the Home Depots begging for work. Where do you think they're working? They're taking over fucking corporations. You don't see any Muslims. You don't see any Hindus. You don't see these people begging at the fucking, let me work for you. Let me work for you. No, you see the Venezuelans doing that shit. You see the Venezuelans being put in your neighborhood. You don't see them Chinese people come in.
Bro, let me tell you something, man. And this is why I feel it's so important for everybody as Americans. All right, regardless of what color you are, as an American, we need to come together and support American-made businesses, you guys. This is what we need to do. You need to make sure that when you protest with your dollar, all right, you got to protest with your dollar. If we're going to save our country, we can't expect no politician to do it. We have to do it. We have to start working with each other. If it's a black-owned business, a white-owned business, it doesn't matter. If it's an American-owned business, support it. Let's support each other, man. That's what we got to do. This is the only way to combat this. That's it.
Pay attention to the trick too, right? The trick is that, like I say, a lot of Subway was made here in America. It was sold off to the Hindus. Wingstop is being sold off to the Hindus. The American business, and that's the problem. The American business is being sold off. You go to Super 8 Hotel, and you go to all of these hotels and motels that were made here in America. They being sold off to Africans and Hindus. They're buying it. They're giving away, and that's what the Democrats do. They give away American business. We sitting there at Harold's Chicken. Come on, man. You know you've been to Harold's. Harold's Chicken is the biggest chicken spot in Chicago, but he can't keep up with how many sharks how many fucking octopuses and seashells
And
is
they
being
all
opened
owned by foreigners.
by Arabs.
All
They're all
foreigners.
owned by Arabs. And then how many chicken places is coming in to basically knock him out of what the fuck he's doing? And that's how they getting us, bro. It's like it's so.
Well, think about this though, bro. This isn't nothing new. They've been doing this. Look at our communities,
For a
right?
long time.
Every corner store you go into, ain't none of them owned by a white person or a black person or a Hispanic person from this country. It's owned by somebody that's from some other place, and they get that 7-year tax break. And after that 7 years is up, they contract
they
the
put
place
their
out to one of their
cousins in there.
family members that they brought over.
Yeah, they
and
gonna
then they
get
get
their
the tax
cousins.
breaks all over again. And this is the way that they keep doing this in these communities. And then they selling you death. It ain't like they coming in and doing something positive for the community. No, you go into the corner store, you gonna find everything that can harm you up in the corner store.
Fucked
And
up
they give
cheese
it
and
to you.
chips, hot flaming hot, everything they telling your ass not to eat, and then you can't get. It's like as a black man in America trying to get away from this shit and eat some fruit. You know what I'm saying? They sell EBT, and then they tell them to go get fruit. These motherfuckers put apples and bananas, just plain bananas up in the front, and they can sell that and be able to sell EBT. They don't got to have no produce. You know what I'm saying? And when you go to 7-Eleven, you know, that's being bought out. Hindus. Kamala Harris is setting up her people, man. They doing great. I told you, a mass number of wing stops was brought out by the people that come from India. A mass number of 7-Elevens, a mass number of American-based businesses that we've built here in America has been outlands to other people. So it's like, man, if we don't, I don't know, like, in all honesty, bro, and I don't want to say this in a certain way, but like, man, they got to see what we went through. And Civil War was one of those things because it's too it's too broken. It's like, no matter what he do, this lady that stuck Social Security cards in their hands. A lot of them became citizens.
This is what you're gonna see coming to America right here. Get ready for it.
Public farm.
Get ready for it. Let me rewind it.
Canada, home of the brave, land of the government takes your shit. No, seriously, this has to go public. Farmers in Wilmot County woke up to their crops being completely destroyed. 770 acres of farmland are currently being expropriated by the region of Waterloo. They're planning on making a battery plant for electric vehicles. They're taking farmers' land to do this. Expropriation is when the government says, here's a little bit of money, take it, we're gonna take your land. And if you don't take it, we're still gonna take your land. So what's happened now? Well, the farmers decided we're still gonna plant our crops. It's still our land. Here in Canada, we have farmer protections where if you plant a crop, you have every right to harvest that crop. Well, the government doesn't care. They hired a third-party company to come in and destroy it. The crops were only a couple weeks away from harvest. That's 2.8 million pounds of grain. That's 2.5 million boxes of cornflakes. Garbage. All that food completely destroyed in a world where people are starving. Farmers feed cities. And if this attack on farmland keeps continuing, I'm a little bit concerned about the future. So what can you do? Share this video. We need to shine a light on these cockroaches. They're destroying our food. They don't care. This needs to be stopped. No farmers, no food, no future. Follow this page for more updates.
So that's real. And that's Canada, right? That's coming to the United States of America. They've already done a whole bunch of detriment to the farmers in America, and they're not stopping.
They got that corn and this was a while back that farmers was getting on here tripping about that corn that's not organic and how shit flies off of that corn onto their crops, killing their crops. A lot of farmers was talking about this shit years ago, how raspberries aren't being planted anymore, and they're taking the raspberry flavor is coming out of the glands of a beaver, out of the anal glands of a beaver. They use that for the taste of natural raspberry, how they taking beetles and squishing them up for the coloring of the food. Like, they are doing a lot of shit that they are doing already in America, and they've been doing over years. That same thing is going on in America. I can remember the Amish were on TV. They was like, hey, y'all planting this fake ass corn, and during this certain time, the corn blows shit off onto our crops and it kills it. You can look this shit up. This is real.
Yeah, no, I've seen it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And we're quiet about that right now because, you know, we're so America is home of propaganda. So they'll say something one day, and that shit is off the TV. So when Trump is talking
they got
about
people focusing on the wrong things, bro. They got people focusing on the wrong things. The things that are great about America, why the founders even wanted to come over here, right? And create America. America is one of the most fertile grounds that you will ever have. You go over to the Pacific, to the Pacific over there, bro. All of that land over there is very fertile. Was it Lewis and Clark? I believe it was Lewis and Clark when they had their little rendezvous over there. Yeah, when they had their expedition, that it was flooded with food, and they didn't even know that what we know today about all that land, bro. That land is one of the. That's how natives, the Asiatic natives that live up there, was able to survive for so long, literally just off of what grows there. And now they're taking this land and they're destroying this land. They are destroying what made America dope in the first place, was its fertile soil. The fact that you could grow a whole bunch of crops, the fact that you could feed a whole bunch of animals and then in turn feed a whole bunch of people. And they're taking it and they're destroying it. They're putting a stamp on the farmers to tell them you can't plant unless you use this seed. They're putting a stamp on the farmers to say, if you cross-pollinate with somebody else, we're going to fine you. They're doing all types of things, bro, to cripple the farmers. And without the farmers in this country, believe me, if they wanted to cause a massive famine in this country, all you got to do is take away the farmers and then control where the food comes from. And they're already on their way to doing that.
They are basically, a lot of people don't know the history of America. There's 125 fruits and vegetables that was found in America that wasn't found nowhere else. Shit, we gave the world tomatoes. We gave the world certain fruits and vegetables. And if you ask a kid today, they believe that everything is imported. They believe that. They believe America pumps oil. America has been pumping oil since, come on, we was finding oils in people's land. When they were bad land, they would find oil. But it's a secret. It's a secret. It's all us. We get kegs. And that's why we had our own oil line that Joe Biden made sure that he cut that pipeline.
Keystone.
And that gets our money. That, these guys that work on the rigs, they go spend 2 weeks away from their families to work on these rigs. That you're taking all of this shit away from what we doing. And this is why Trump is steady saying, baby, drill. And I'm with this shit.
The irony behind all of this? They say that they want to create a cleaner environment, right? They want a better environment, cleaner environment. Yet they're destroying a whole bunch of land and a whole bunch of ecosystems to create a damn windmill, a windmill farm. They're killing birds that are flying in the sky. They're taking out a whole bunch of life. Then you got the people that are vegan, right? Which I was vegetarian for a little bit, but not because of the climate or nothing like that, but simply because it was a life choice. But you got these people that are talking about they want to save the animals and go electric on everything. Do you know how much land you got to wipe out? Do you know how much infrastructure you got to change? And then another thing with the electric vehicles, since we on the topic of all of this, the electric vehicles. Let's say that they was to say tomorrow that we gotta make everything electric. Do you know where the infrastructure, where all of that comes from? How did they get the money for the roads? Do you know how they get the money for the roads, bro? Gas tax. So if you got all these electric vehicles, there is no more gas tax. So where are they going to take the money from next? Your energy bill. And you already starting to see it in places like California. In California, they prices are going through the roof for electricity right now. Because they're taking away the electric or gas fuel vehicles. They want it to be all EV. So then that money that they would have used for the roads and for infrastructure from the gas tax, they don't have anymore. So they have to take it from somewhere else. They're going to take it from their energy bill. This is already happening.
The Democrats,
they're seeing the prices of things soar, and it doesn't add up. How are you taking from this energy bill now at more than double what you was taking from the gas tax? It'd be cheaper for me to use my gas car and put gas in my car, and you take the tax from that. Then for me to get an electric vehicle, you redo the whole infrastructure, and you taking this money and taxing me on electricity more than double what it would be if I just straight use the car.
The Democrats, bro, they like a lot of people not scared of them, but you should actually be scared, bro. I have nothing against nobody, but the moment, just imagine, bro, when we were kids, people were gay. People were gay. There was no problem with people being who they were. But the Democrats took them and made them an ethnicity. They made them into an actual race of people so that they can keep voters. They like, what else would they do to not hang on to the world? They made them ethnicity. They gave them a flag. They gave them a rank, the colors. They gave them their own communities. They made them a suffering ethnicity. Like they took a people and stuffed them together, and we're gonna make gay ethnicity. We're gonna make these.
They really hijacking the
LGBTQ
has hijacked the movement from people that are gay. Now it's basically even gay people are coming out
like, what the fuck?
and against LGBTQ because they're like, yo, we ain't for all of this. We not for all of this.
Much.
Yeah, they doing way too much. So it's so many things that they're doing right now, bro, to distract people from actual issues that's going on inside of this world, and nobody's seeing the bigger play that's at hand right now, bro. They are going far beyond socialism. This is going to be something new. This is going to be worse than communism, all of that. And we headed that way. We are seeing it happening before our eyes, where the people of this country really, if you want to be technical, the people of this country are becoming the new slaves. And they bringing in people from everywhere else, and everybody is put before you.
On your
American
back.
people.
On your fucking back. Right now, as a felon, I couldn't give you a job. I couldn't offer you a job to come and work with me if you got a felony. But right now, I can bring a Venezuelan with a work permit. Who got
a whole bunch of first felonies in his own country.
That is so. So when I get somebody that wrote this First Step Act, the Ready to Work Act, and people will come to me and tell me, "Oh, do you believe what Trump say?" Shit, he wrote an act. You can't tell me racist. He wrote an act to free motherfuckers out of jail, then put them back in society and let them work and let them not work meaningful jobs. You know, it's so hard. A lot of people be like, you got to live that life. You got to have went to jail, right? To understand when those brothers come home at the age of 30 and 40 to feed maybe five kids, or how many other kids they got. They've been away. Now they got to come and rekindle love with their families. And now you telling this motherfucker he got to work at McDonald's. In a place where rent is $2,000, you ain't getting no cuts, credit, fucked up and everything. You got to pay. So yeah, you're gonna go back to the streets. I guarantee. 9 times out of 10,
it's rough, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Me just
streets.
Coming home, I'm blessed to be in a position where I'm at right now, man. I'm thankful for the people that support me, that support my channels, all of that, because it will be real hard, bro. I swear to you, I'm blessed right now. I realized something the other day when I first came home. I filled out a bunch of applications for places, right? And I ain't getting no callbacks. And it's not just because of the felony, but I really believe it's the political thing, the J6. Me being a part of J6, ain't no way you getting a job, especially in no Democrat ran city. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we got. That's what we got around us. Even though Indiana is a red state, it is a whole bunch of blue counties all through Indiana. You know what I'm saying?
Hammond is one.
Hammond, Michigan City it's rough. It is rough. So I'm just grateful, man. And that's what really gets me. Everybody be like, oh, the Republicans are racist and da-da-da. Bruh, if it's not for people that are Republicans, and a lot of them are white, a lot of them are Hispanic, a lot of them are Asian, a lot of them are black, right? If it had not been for them, I would not be where I'm at right now. They're the reason why I got this platform. Literally, the reason I got this platform is because of conservative or Republican or Trump supporters. And man, I'm black.
All I hear on a daily basis, even I do a lot in history, reading in history and shit, and the things that I've come across and uncovered was like, damn, the whole time, right? They were calling Republicans radical, with the stream I just did and sent it to you. Just like on that, bro, I have found out that, damn, mostly all the black people were Republicans. All of the white people that were trying to help black people get out of slavery, and other people who were in slavery, because there was more than just black people in slavery, who was trying to kill the slavery narrative, was Republicans. How could they? And we sit here and let them, oh yeah, the Democrats not right. The Democrats, and I see where it went wrong. The Democrats formed the KKK, and in a certain time, like the 30s and the 40s, the parties then switched. The KKK started infiltrating. That's why Ulysses Grant, in the 1800s, against the KKK, you got you know, so many
You
people.
got a whole bunch of them.
In the
A whole bunch.
Republicans.
That whole party switch thing is a fallacy, bro. It wasn't no party switch. There's always been people on both sides that had a racist ideology. There was never a party switch. The only thing that ended up happening was you had more people stop accepting their own political ideology because of the hate that they had for said black people. You know what I'm saying? And their superiority. So on both sides, you've always had it. Yes, it was overwhelmingly Democrat with the Triple K movement, but at the exact same time, the people that founded the Triple K movement weren't even involved in politics. They weren't Republican nor Democrat. They just were racist. You know what I'm saying? So it was easy to have people who were like, you know what? My money is dwindling. I own part of these businesses in the South that no longer have employees that we don't pay, that we call slaves. So it aligns with my interest for me to fight against them being free. You know what I'm saying? And then it just mutated.
When you look up the South, right, and you see a lot of the shit that went on in you know, during the Jim Crow laws, as they like to say, and a lot of racist shit that was going on. A lot of people don't know that Mississippi was blue at one time. They were all Democrats during the time. John Quitman, you know, they were all Democrats. And then to get away from the Whig Party, they flipped into Republicans. So this is what Trump be meaning, like, damn, they be Democrats by heart. They still racist in certain places in Mississippi. And this is why. Because they never wanted to become Republicans in the fucking first place. The Democrats was always a party that welcomed racism, that always stood when John Brown, as they called him, a radical,
he went massacred slave owners with his sons.
He was trying to overthrow, he was trying to form an insurrection against Buchanan. Look Buchanan up. This motherfucker, he was one of the most racist motherfuckers ever, and he was a voice, and he had cheated. Listen, he cheated his way back in the office. They cheated. Buchanan cheated, and then your boy was like, John Brown was like, hell no, we gonna go down here, black people and white people together, and we gonna send this motherfucker up. They hung 16 of them. They hung black.
Yeah, I already know. I know the whole story about John Brown. He was
crazy.
What they like to call an extremist in his views, because he was so against slavery that he even massacred slave owners.
Yeah.
Him and his sons, and all of them got killed because of it.
That shit, Buchanan was, when I looked up Buchanan, I was like, he trying to overthrow this guy.
But doesn't that go against the narrative that white people were just overwhelmingly racist?
Bro, that shit.
When you got people like John Brown and all his kids, he was raising his kids to be against slavery. And there was a bunch of people like that. People don't even acknowledge the Quakers. The Quakers were against racism. This is where you get the city of brotherly love. In Philadelphia.
That was your boy who started the Underground Railroad, who I just posted, you know, Levi Coffin. He was a Quaker and he was in slavery before he was a businessman.
Yeah.
Before any of that, he was in slavery institutions where him and his wife escaped, and he became businessman and he put it together, you know. And John Brown worked with him and worked with everybody else. You know, they all worked together, blacks and whites. Most of these blacks and whites that we see, besides the feminist movement, they wanted Republicans the fuck out of here. The feminist
because the
movement
feminists were Marxists. The feminists were some socialist, communist, Marxists.
They have went extreme too with creating the LGBT, because we know that feminist groups created, and they always been against the Republicans.
I'm gonna go ahead and call it out. All of those movements, the feminist movement, the LGBTQ movement, is all racist white women.
Hell.
That's what those movements started from, was racist white women. And you could call me what you want to call me for, but that's the truth. And you can't, you go back in history and it'll just show you. It'll show you it right up front. All of them women did not like, they first off definitely did not like blacks, especially black women. So that was the whole reason why they even started the little feminist movement in the first place, is because they seen black women were able to have the right to vote. They seen black women had a little more freedom than they had because the cultures were different.
I'm gonna put you on something. That was started because, like, if you ever go to a black woman, right, and you ask, you know, about her sexual status, they'll always, in the black community, they'll just be doing some shit, bro. It's like, yeah, I'm just gay. But if you ever ask a white woman, like literally ask a white woman, like most of them that from that time and what they believe, Why you gay? They hate white men. They hate them. I sat up in Wisconsin and talked to a young lady that was from Naperville, and she was gay or whatever the case may be, and she was like, yeah, I can't stand my dad, and I can't stand this person and that person. I'm like, why the fuck I can't just stand them? They don't like white, and that's what it's become with us now.
I can tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because back then, men were in control, and the women did not like that they weren't in control, and they seen, like I say, the cultural differences with the black woman at that time compared to the white woman at that time, and how they were treated by their men. The men back in the day, the white men of back in the day, bro, they weren't playing none of these games. No, you gotta have the house clean, make sure the kids is straight, do what you need to do as a woman. And if you can't do that, well, then Betsy's down the street, and I'm gonna go hang out with Betsy. That's what it was. Whereas in the in the black cultures, like back in the day anyway, the family structure was the same, except they weren't hard pressed. You know what I'm saying? They weren't hard pressed about it because they were all dealing with the same kind of a struggle. So it was like a helping thing.
But now you can see as this LGBT thing that has taken over, and I say this all the time, the black women that are part of this LGBT shit, they do not like black men at all. I'm like, when did y'all grow the hate for us in that shit? We used to always, like, when did the hate start? Like, when
the state stepped in and said that we got you. That's when the state stepped in and said, hey, you kick this fool up out the crib, we gonna give you this much money and this much food stamps, health care.
Leaving being black, like, when did y'all start? Like, that's what I ain't understand about the black LGBT movement. When did y'all, women and men, start leaving being us? When they made it an ethnicity?
Hey, guess what, tribe? Guess what, tribe? If you start saying, as a black man, right? If we start saying, yo, I want you to make sure that the house is clean, the kids is fed, and I don't want you out there in the clubs, I don't want you hanging with old girl because she a little thought. Well, now you're acting like a white man. You trying to tell me what to do. You're not my owner. Well, all right, then go ahead and do your thing. Do your thing. Women, and this is, at this point, it's not even a racial thing. Now it's just women don't want to be women no more. That's why they align themselves into these kind of groups. That's exactly why. And when you see, when I say a woman don't want to be a woman no more, I use a perfect example. A woman stepping into a male role, such as a Secret Service, right? The Secret Service agent went and had to go breastfeed her baby and left her post that she was supposed to be on for the president or future president and former president of the United States of America. Left to go breastfeed her baby. Why don't you stay in that role and leave the men roles where they are? Because if something would have happened, you would have caught the flack for that, even though you were trying to be a mother. So go and be a mother, go and be a woman, take care of the kids the way that you were supposed to, and stop trying to be don't try to be a man. Let the men handle men business. Protection and all of those things, that's a man's job. Now, I'm sorry if you was raised without a man. I'm sorry if you was raised without a father, or you don't have a good relationship with him, or however that goes, that made you feel you had to be the man. But that you don't have to be if you have a good man. And that's the difference maker. And these women don't want to accept that. No, they want to be independent. They want to be Megan Thee Stallion. They want to be Taylor Swift. They want to be all these people. We're not the same as them.
Christian was one of the really things that we had going on, and even though as a kid I wasn't heavy into religion, but my grandmother made sure we go to church, and those things was looked upon like, damn, that's fucked up. You doing all this shit. This shit wasn't allowed. What you did at night, don't come to the church doing. Churches was a big part of raising us as being basically, unified people, like just having being community. People with dignity and morals. Yeah. Like, church was involved. A lot of people won't say it. We get into all this, church is this, but church was involved in that shit.
It was family, bro. It was community. That's what we needed.
Church is taking over. It's all type of. When I was growing up, I ain't got no problem with it, but I ain't never seen this much allowed shit that they got going on in the churches. Ever, bro. Ever. You go to church and you used to do bad shit. You know how your grandma used to look at you. She made sure you went to church. She made sure you knew the community. Everybody was doing the right thing. Got married at the church. Funerals at the church. When the church went down or became some type of Dr. Martin Luther King and all them start getting at them agents, and they start doing certain shit with the church. They really fucked us up, bro. A lot of
Yeah.
things, and Trump is even letting that be known. Like, hey, Christians don't even got a voice. They can't even say what they want allowed or nothing. He's touching on.
Well, the churches have gotten hijacked, bro, and that's the thing, man. When you got a pastor up there telling you that you need, and you know the pastor's sleeping with the women.
That's
you know what I'm
crazy.
saying? The pastor's taking everybody's money. He got the nicest car. He got the nicest house, the nicest suits while his congregation suffers. And you got him telling you to go out and vote for somebody who is against, number one, the same beliefs that he's supposed to hold. They're against Christian views, number one. Number two, they're against the community. They're plaguing the community with the policies that they put forth, bringing people in, taking away from you. And this pastor is basically sending you to your own self-destruction. Then what do you want people that have a free thinking mind to believe?
Who's
that you
giving
really
the pastors?
you
Who's
in it
giving the
for
pastors
yourself.
funding?
Exactly.
It shouldn't even be a political talk in the churches.
That's why
like
I don't say I'm a
Obama.
Christian no
Obama
more,
came
bro.
and sat with the church.
I'm a follower of Christ's message. I'm not a Christian. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Muslim. I'm an American that follows Christ the best of my ability. That's it.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Because they done hijacked everything.
But you don't even know who Christ is through them no more.
Say exactly.
Man, yeah, I thought that was crazy when I seen Obama come in. I'm like, why would he go to the biggest black church on the south side of Chicago? What the fuck was that about? Like, he should have, okay, you came to church, but like they bringing them in for other political reasons.
And then
to try
think
to
about
fool
this too,
motherfuckers.
bro. Think about this. They I'm not gonna say it like that. They got people that are living an alternate lifestyle, right? Being openly gay in the church, right? Yeah. Now, I'm not shaming nobody for their lifestyle. You love who you want to love. You do your thing. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's between you and God. But when you got a pastor sitting in there and he even takes part in that lifestyle and not calling out the sin, then there's a problem there. That means he's not there for your salvation to try to help you get closer to God. He's not there for none of that. He's there to just okay you so you keep giving money to that church. I'm not against anybody that is gay. Let me point that out. I'm not against you. I don't agree with the lifestyle. I don't agree with that lifestyle. I would never take part in that lifestyle. But I would not judge you and call you a bad person because you choosing that lifestyle. But if we were in a church setting, I would definitely question the pastor and say, why aren't you calling this out? Because that's what you're called to do. Direct people to the right path. And obviously, according to this scripture, that is the wrong path and you are promoting it. So how could you sit here and say that you want to teach the word of God to people? You ain't got to judge them. We don't judge nobody. I'm not trying to hate them or none of that. I love you. I love you to death. If you gay, it doesn't matter. I love you to death. But I would never tell you that your lifestyle is okay. It might be okay as far as being an American, as far as American pop, but as a person that is a believer, I can't tell you that it's okay. And that's what I'm saying. The flaws within the church. They got women pastors. I don't agree with women pastors unless it's over a woman's church. You know, where's women being taught? A woman ain't gonna teach me nothing when it comes to God. I can't go for it. I already seen what happened with that in the beginning of the damn Bible.
Yeah, we all been raised. I was raised by a single mother, and it was kind of hard. Like it was hard than a motherfucker. It's just not like saying that, you know, if I had both my parents and they were both great people, but I was raised by a single mother, and it's not nothing that I wanted for my kids. To be raised by a single mother, her have to protect herself, her have to do it all by herself, her have to try to show my sons how to be a man. And this is what it is, though. This is why the LGBT has taken over, because a lot of them coming from single mothers. They coming from, they never try to promote the dads. You know, even Tupac dad coming out like, shit, I've been here the whole time. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to promote the dad. You got a good dad. You don't see LeBron James with his dad or anybody with their dads. They're gonna lie. You know, even Farrakhan lied about his dad. His dad was a white man. Yeah. But they lie about their dads. The black community will get up and, oh, I love my mother, my dad. I don't know the fuck he had, or he ain't did this. Or I'm gonna point out every wrongdoing that he did. But my mother was great, even though she smoked crack. You know what I'm saying? The black community has that bad, and we was all raised by single mothers. So it's like, damn. The emotions that other people would show when I get up and I actually talk to men that's had both parents, they emotionless when it comes to certain shit that I really be like, man, what the fuck?
Yo, that's the problem. You got a lot of men these days that got female tendencies because they was raised like that. They're not emotionally stable. And this is where we get the phrase that a woman can't raise a man. You can raise a boy into an adult, but you're never gonna make him a man. And the reason why we say that is just because of that. You are too emotional. You can't even control your own emotions, especially when it's that time of the month. How are you going to teach my son how to be emotionally stable when you aren't emotionally stable? Men are rational. I'm a very rational person. I don't get mad about the same things that my lady gets mad about. And things don't affect me the same way that it affects my lady. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing against women because we all know we love women. It's nothing against y'all at all. I love y'all to death. But a woman needs to stay in a woman's role, and a man needs to stay in a man's role.
And
you know
that was America, though.
Is important because when you got a community and you say that your son's father isn't there, so what are you supposed to do? Community. That's what you got community for. You got good men in the community, and you take them around that man, and y'all have the programs. That's sports, all of those things, man. This is the thing. These are the conversations that I love having, bro. I feel like
they don't want to people, and they neglect that type of shit because people start getting, what do you mean? What do you mean a man's role? Just like they asked Trump, what do you mean a black job? A man's role. A man's role. If I look at right now, if you look at the percentage of women that are being killed around America that's doing truck driving. I just said this the other day, like truck driving is a hell of a job to do. And I commend the women, some women that do that shit, but all the women that are jumping into this shit are not built like that and not built for that. And they've been coming up missing. They've been coming up dead in them trucks. And ain't nobody saying nothing. There's been a lot of black LGBT women who's been, man, look at the stat sheet right now. It's been a lot of them dying in them trucks. They out away from home, away from their kids, don't know what's going on, and people is taking advantage of that. Other races is getting them, they getting each other. That shit is going on.
And that's why man's role is important. And I know people, they live in an illusion over here, bro. In America, there's an illusion. Women somehow think that they can do everything that a man can do, right? Not saying that you can't attempt to do it or get it done. You could, but a man is always going to do it better. And there's been no civilization that you're going to find, right? That was only women, where the women were the protectors. I don't give a damn about the movie you've seen, Woman King. Don't buy into the hype. That's a Hollywood production. Don't believe it. All right. There's no civilization, no great civilization that had women that was leading. Without, and I know people be like, what about Nefertiti? What about Cleopatra? What did they have? An army. And guess who was in the army? Men.
Didn't they have men before, though? Didn't they take over from their men?
Exactly. They didn't build the empire. They just maintained it with men's help.
Men end up dying, and they end up getting the role. It was some shit like that. Their dad was the king, and now, he only had a daughter type shit. Like, it was never a situation, and I'll go fight for this country. But right now, this my country and everything. Right now, they want women. They want women too to sign up for the draft. I think that's fucked up.
I think it is too.
Who gonna raise our fucking kids? That's not fair. They are gaming y'all into thinking y'all can do everything men do, and now we're gonna sign men up for the draft, and we want women to sign up too. Like, what the fuck? No, who gonna raise my son if me and my wife is out there on the goddamn battlefield?
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
They is fooling the shit out y'all.
I'm trying to tell you. And then they got these men out here wanting to be women and treating them like they are.
And I've been seeing a lot of that
in the world, bro.
They've been beating them. They've been beating a lot of these women. And I go around these videos and I say that shit. A lot. There's gonna be a big problem that backlashes in all of our faces, especially our women. Black women promote it the most when boys dress like women.
The most because of it.
Then when they attack you, you know what I'm saying? When they start to attack you because you seeing something that you just ain't liking and they not getting with what you saying, and they emotional, when they emotionally mental, and they start attacking you and beating you, you're gonna be jumping up. And I see a lot of them videos where these young men that think they women is fucking, I'm talking about women on women, beating them, dragging them. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I seen one the other day of these kids in school, right? In high school. And one, it was a transgender man or transgender woman fighting against a woman. All right. And beat this little girl senseless, man. And it's like nobody said anything, nobody did anything because they scared to, because there's so many protections now. You'll get a hate crime. You know what I'm saying? If you touch somebody that isn't a biological woman that is beating up on a biological woman, you'll catch it because You jumped in and helped to save the woman.
But the
And it's
Democrats
like,
support it though, because they going to say, yeah, they can fight in the sports. That man, that boxing man hit that lady one time. She was like, oh no, fuck that. Fuck
I ain't
that.
touching on that one because supposedly that's a real woman.
No, that's not a real woman.
I don't know.
No,
I
it's
guess
a
it's a
transgender,
birth.
bro.
No, it's not. And that person's country where they come from was Algeria. They have a law that if you are even pretending like you are the opposite, they literally will kill you.
No, bro. I saw the other day that was a man. I saw the other day.
No, they got a genetic mutation. They got all female body parts, born with all female body parts. Everything about that person is female except for the chromosome. The chromosome is XY instead of XX.
Man, I gotta go look that shit up again, man.
Yeah, I did, bro. I did. That's why I'm correcting it, because she got an XY chromosome, which means genetically that is a male, but biologically, physiologically, it is a female. It's a very rare birth defect.
How do I even understand that?
I don't know. I don't even know how it's possible, but it's a thing. It's real. It's a real birth defect. So yeah,
it's gonna be some crazy shit going on in the world, man. I'm just about ready. Hey, we getting older like our grandparents be. Look, we lived our time. I'm telling you, this shit getting crazier and crazier as they go on.
Yeah, man. But hey, I ain't gonna drag this on too much longer. I wanted to share a couple little and fun videos, man, for everybody, because that was a lot of bad that we just talked about. So I don't want to leave it on that note. I wanna show some fun stuff real quick, man, for everybody. So one sec. Just some good stuff. Check this out, man. This kid is going to be a legend one day. Shout out to this kid. Check him out. Fantastic. Little football player. Football. Kid's dope. The kid is dope. Straight up. He's gonna be a legend one day. That's for sure. I got another one that I think you guys will like, man. Made me smile. I hope it made you smile too. It's really nice, man. This is what I'm talking about when I say bring back community. Look at this.
Can you turn those lights off?
Which ones?
The ones that are keeping me awake at night.
Charlie, we went through this before, sweetheart.
What?
We went through this before. The rope lights are not in your window.
Honey, I have to put pillows over my windows so I can sleep.
The cops came and they looked at the rope lights. They said they're not shining in your window. But I'll do you this. I will turn them off at 10 o'clock. Okay?
Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I got you.
I don't mean to be a mean neighbor, and I want you as my neighbor.
I got it, Journey. All right? See what I think what it is, Journey? I think you just need to come over when you're lonely, talk and have some food and some wine. How about that?
I'm sorry.
And if I'm off and you ain't got nothing else to do, if you want to come on the patio, bring your bottle of wine, come chill with your boy, I got you. All right. Love you, Journey.
I'm sorry.
No, don't worry about it, sweetheart. You good.
How beautiful is that, man? That's what we need. We need community, man. We need people just to care. You know what I mean? I felt like that was so nice. I got one last one for you guys, man, and then I'm going to call it a day. Well, not a day, but I'm going to be finished. All right? But check this out, because this is humanity. This is humanity right here. And it gives me hope. Where is he at? Where is he at? There he is. Check this out, you guys. If this isn't just amazing, check this out.
What's up, little man? What are you selling?
Candy bars from my basketball team.
How much one of the bars?
Oh, how much the bars cost?
Yeah.
1 for 5, 2 for 10, 3 for 20, and 6 for 40.
I don't have any money on me right now. Can I actually get one of the bars and come back in like 5 minutes? By any chance?
You can.
Are you sure?
Yes.
What's your favorite flavor?
Milk chocolate.
Is that milk chocolate one?
Yes. Ooh.
Oh, it's okay. Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. What's your name?
Travion.
I'm Zach. Nice to meet you, bro. So actually, I have my wallet on me right now, and you can actually have the bar back, bro. What I have for you? 500 cash, man.
Really?
Yes, sir.
I never had this much money.
Can I give you a hug by any chance?
Huh?
Love
Yes.
you.
Do you want to hang out the chocolate bars for free?
To some strangers? Okay.
How beautiful. So I'm gonna point it out, the race, just because I want to help squash this narrative, man. This white guy sees this black kid, two Americans. All right. He sees this kid giving out candy bars, and at first he wanted to test him. And he said, "Hey man, I ain't got my money on me right now. Can I get this candy bar and then I'll bring you back $1?" He said, "Yeah, sure." The kid was good about it. He was like, "You sure?" He's like, yeah, it's fine. And then he gives this kid $500. The little boy's face lit up. You've seen it. He said, "Man, I ain't never had this much money before." And he said, "You know what? I'm going to hand out these candy bars to strangers because they're all paid for." And he goes and he starts handing out these candy bars. And the people that he picked were homeless. They were on the street. That's humanity. That's humanity. That's what, if we're going to save this place, we're going to save our country, we got to get back to that. Humanity. The man was able to do a kind deed for this kid, and the kid in turn was able to do a kind deed for the next people. All right. And that's what happens with kindness, man. That's what happens when we all get on the same page of doing good. It's a ripple effect. All right. So even though we are faced with a bunch of things in this country right now, there's a whole bunch of things that could be on our mind that disturb us. Don't let it stop you from being kind. All right. No matter who it is, no matter if you disagree with them, maybe they're not even from this country, be kind. All right. And it might start a ripple effect. It will start a ripple effect. That's all I got for you guys. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Like this video and share this video out for me. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're somebody that's interested in shopping American, please go to freedomboxinfo.com. It's been going on the ticker down there. freedomboxinfo.com. Fill out the job form. I'm in my office, as you can see. I'm gonna be here for a couple more hours, and I'll give you a call. All right, but go fill that form out for me. I appreciate you guys. I love y'all. To the next one. Unite, don't fight, be a street light. It's only you could be the change you wish to see in the world. And when you get too stressed out, you gotta remember to pray, America, because without God, everything falls apart, and that's a fact. Peace.